I'm live. I don't know if anyone's gonna come into this, but it's cool if you do, cool if you don't. I'm also gonna go live on my Facebook at the same time. So we're gonna have to work on meditation today because I've been getting a lot of questions. And so I figured I've been doing it's so weird because I've been doing it for so long, and you do it when nobody gives a shit about it, and then you start realizing that people actually need this. um, Meditation is so important to your your overall mental, emotional, spiritual health. And I really just wanted to make a quick video helping people who maybe are having some issues with meditation, or are having some blocks with their meditation, perhaps, or are having like an issue with it or whatever. Because so many I've had a few people in the last couple days ask, like, how do I meditate? In my soul work master class, I'm not sure when I'm going to start the next cycle. I wanted to start it towards the end of this month. Maybe second week of November might be good. I wanted literally the first week we work on meditation, and there are more than just, you know, those kinds of meditations out there. Um, you can do a walking meditation to practice, and I would suggest just putting on, some tones, or if you have some tones that are downloaded to your phone. So, like, even if you don't have service, or even if your service is sketchy, you can, focus on what you need to focus on with meditation. Not enough people really, or from what I've seen, I mean, you have, I feel like people don't care about these things till they get older. And that ends up being a major issue. Is that, what's up, Rich? Is that a lot of people don't think about meditation and their spiritual and or mental health until they get a little older, and then by that time you really have been working within a program that enables, or sort of, it disables you from being within your joy. And that's really important. Is this camera like crooked? Oh, it's too bright. Hold on. Because this camera, oh no, I think I'm okay. Ooh, this camera gets weird sometimes. Anyway, so so you really end up coming out of your joy. And I noticed that today I'm like doing my thing, watching some stuff. Actually, I was watching some videos on YouTube that were hilarious. So I'm laughing. I'm like in a flow. I'm enjoying myself, and I realized I haven't thought about one problem or issue, or I haven't worried about shit like all day. And the more you meditate, the more you sort of learn, you train your mind to be in a flow. That's really the point, is that you can be now in a flow, so that you don't have to be stressed out. It's a choice. You don't have to go being angry. I hate everything. Everything's against me. Like, you don't have to be that person. And meditation sort of gets you out of that mind frame, I guess, is the best way I could say it. Meditation really helps to get you out of that mind frame, so that you can begin to be in a space where you're happy, and where you're not just happy when you're drunk on the weekends. You're happy every day, no matter what. You're always in a space of joy, and you're always in a space of growth, and you're always in a space of transmutation. And even when things aren't like perfect, which they're not always going to be perfect, right? So even when things are not perfect, they're perfect for you. And like the lessons that you needed to learn in that moment are being learned. So that's really important. And meditation will help sort of quiet the mind and bring you back into your true self. That's really and um that's really the whole purpose. So let's get into the basics because I know some people don't know. They're like, how do I even meditate? So meditation is very natural. And the first brain wave that you go into when you meditate is actually the alpha state. And that's sort of like that's not the flow state yet. I actually need my chart because I don't care about the brainwave patterns. I know the shift, but I just don't care about them that much. So so that's going to be one of the first states, and then as you go deeper and deeper, eventually you'll get to actually put off some gamma waves. But that's like master meditation, like nothing can like unfuck withable, like fucking Buddhist monk status. Like that shit is crazy. And as you practice, you'll have moments where you can actually increase that awareness within yourself. And then life literally is a flow all the time. So we're all working together to get to a space to where we can be in our own flow all the time. And we don't have to worry about anything really, because everything's already working for you and provided to you. Yeah, this was a little crooked. There we go. I thought so. So when you are first beginning meditation, the first thing you can do is learn your breath. So I actually smoke, and that's sort of hilarious. But if you smoke marijuana or you smoke cigarettes or whatever, you already know your breath better than a lot of people because it's not the cigarette or the marijuana or whatever that actually makes you feel calm. It's the fact that that's sort of like a tool that teaches you to control your breath. Weird fact, right? So the first thing you're going to learn in dealing just with the breath, well, okay, before we go deep, the 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 first thing you want to do, if you don't have like, sometimes I'll meditate with these pillows behind me that I always have here, but I don't really need them anymore because I meditate so much that my back isn't stronger. So I can just sort of sit, bring the breath into the belly, and you don't want to bring it into your chest right away unless you want to clear your heart chakra. And I mean, this is going to help you be able to move the energy around your body in a whole new way. You can do a meditation laying down, but if you're really tired or if you're not getting a good quality of sleep, I wouldn't recommend laying down right away. You can also use yoga and do some yoga that's like pretty slow, not for, or write down a list of poses that you want to do, like make your own routine and learn to breathe into the poses very slow. And that'll get you to actually start to master the mind body connection. And it'll get you to learn to use your breath and breathe into your body. So if you can find like a video for yoga for beginners or something of that nature, that will help with that, especially if you have a hard time sitting down. You might just have a lot of extra energy in your body and you might need to start like walking or exercising more or something like that. So with meditation, the first thing we're going to work on is our breath, and you bring your breath into your lower belly. So we're going to just, I guess we'll do it now. If you guys want to do it with me, we'll take a deep breath into our lower belly. You fill it up big, like if you're having a baby or something, right? So hold. Try to get all the air you can out on the out breath. And we'll do one more together. And I'm already getting like really hot. This makes me like super hot. It raises the kundalini. So that's an easy way to learn to also clear your chakras. And look, my cheeks are getting red. Like that made me so hot. um, that's a good way to start to clear the chakras. Now, once you start understanding what your chakras are, and how they're affecting certain areas in your life, because when the chakras are out of balance, they do tend to affect different areas in your life. So for me, um, I had some stability issues. I wasn't good with money at one time. So I worked a lot on my root chakra, and I worked a lot on, really, it was the bottom three. I didn't have big issues with my life force energy. So my sacral was pretty good, but it was more the solar plexus and the root I had to start working on first. So once I really would breathe into those areas, so what you do is I would imagine the root chakra, and visualization is great when you're first meditating. This is a little more advanced, but and I will pull it back. This is just one of my favorite things for real. So you can go breathe into the root, and then imagine like that every time you breathe in, that literal roots are coming out of your bottom or your lower half of your body, and they're coming into the ground. And every time you breathe in, they go a little deeper. And then when you breathe out, you just imagine that you're bringing in, you're letting out anything in the root that might be blocked, and then just imagine that you're also bringing in, like nourishment from the earth, like stability, like security. And as you're bringing all that stuff in through your root, you'll create more balance within yourself. So this is a pretty good exercise for those who are having maybe, are having a really hard time feeling secure in their relationships. If you feel like maybe you're having a rough time like trusting people, if you feel like you never feel quite at home, that's a really good breathing technique to start to balance our root chakra. What is going on here? So let's do it. Then you can even hold it for a second and let those roots go, and then breathe out. And when you bring the breath in, bring it in through the center of the body, and you can sort of feel through the front and the back of your body as it comes down. And this brings awareness to the body so that you're not unaware. Now, the whole thing is that you when you are unaware of your body, you tend to be unaware of your subconscious thoughts, because and this is okay. So poker players are very good at being able to read the body, so they learn to through that way read subconscious thoughts. Every poker player has a tell. So when they're nervous or something, somebody might, if it's a woman, she maybe, or if a guy with long hair, he might touch his hair or do this, or might do this, or they might do something very, very small, like they might just tap their finger, or just something really small that like nobody would ever notice unless you're really paying attention to the body. Now, I don't know why I guess, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Um, Now, the body doesn't lie. People do. So technically, you can't lie when you use your body, right? The body can't lie. People do. So spend some time breathing. Jose, you're totally getting blocked after this. I just want you to be aware of that. And you can focus on your feet and bringing, and if you really are having a hard time with the breathing, just breathe as deep as you can. Don't force it right away. And you can focus on your feet. So you can breathe in, focus on your feet, your legs, your knees, your thighs, your stomach, your hands, whatever. And you can start at your feet and then scan up. And as you scan up, um you really gain the ability to start reconnecting with your body again. And that's something that we don't really do enough now. Now for the hard part. Now you can put on some tones at first. That'll help you quiet the mind. If you want to really look into your soul and really reconnect with yourself, you can take a candle and put it in front of a mirror. Sit on the floor, especially if you have like I have a mirror here that's full length, so this is perfect. If you have a mirror that's full length, or if you need to get a mirror that's like full length, get one of those cheap mirrors from like, the dollar store or whatever, not one of the expensive ones. You can get like a little one like that and just lean it up against your wall in your room or something. And you could even just put it behind something or whatever when you're not using it. You can use that exclusively for meditation. So what you can do with that is this is a technique for you to start to get past a lot of your fears and past that self-doubt that a lot of people feel right away. And sometimes an ugly face will come up, or sometimes something comes up that you're afraid of, but that's only because we are really extremely afraid of ourselves and of this beauty that really is existing within us. So, if you want to take a little more time when you're meditating, it's really important to take some time to start to it's a way of rediscovering and reconnecting with your cells or yourself and your soul. So, as you're doing the breathing technique, and as you're scanning the body, I'm giving you these techniques to keep your mind busy so that you're so focused on something, you remain present. You can also do the mirror technique. You can put a candle or a light or something in front of you that's dim like a candle when you do the mirror meditation, and then turn everything off. That was actually, I think I did a meditation like that about 5 years ago. That was the first time I did it. That worked really, really well for me. And as you get deeper and deeper with this, you can start getting creative. You can go to the astral. This will get you on a path to learning how to communicate with spirits and channel, how to get to know your higher self in a deeper, more intimate way. So meditation just opens up the doors to a lot of things. And you don't have to do this for more than, I say, usually just give yourself 10 minutes. But if you're really one of these people that's like, it's pulling teeth, just do it for 5 minutes a day. And just at least start on the path to training your subconscious mind, and letting that monkey chatter sort of go. Um, so you can let that monkey mind and the chatter sort of go. You don't really want to be, if you meditate and you have nothing to focus on, if you want to see what your mind is like when you decide to be silent and observe it, you will notice so many crazy thoughts and ideas and things, because truly your pineal gland, and you're an energy being that's constantly reading other frequencies and vibrations. So sometimes you'll even notice that you have thoughts that you're like, that's not my thought. And it may just be that someone that's very close to you, or somebody that happens to be in the same room with you at the time, is thinking a thought and you happen to pick up on that thought. And this happens all the time. It's very normal, but it's very much in the background. So a lot of times you end up holding emotions and thought patterns and vibrations that exist in the environment, because thoughts, if you have someone that's very negative and they're always thinking the same negative thought in your environment, that creates an atmosphere, right? Thoughts are create things, so this creates a vibration, especially if they're speaking. The voice is very powerful, and the voice is what vibrates reality. It's the energy put forth to vibrate reality, so that what is manifesting sort of like is gaining the energy to manifest faster. So this is why it's so important to to be focused when you are meditating, and when you are a beginner, learn to focus on one thing. And if you want to get kind of groovy with it, if you want to get a little funky with it, then you can literally take some time to just observe your thoughts. So like sometimes I'll just sit and be like this, and I'll move my consciousness to my mind. I'll literally move, you can move your consciousness all around your body. That's something that people don't talk about. I can move my awareness wherever I would like because this is my vehicle. And I appreciate and I love my vehicle. You can notice, see, I was leaning forward, so then I'll lean back and align my spine because now I'm being aware of my body, right? And this is a pretty shallow breath. This isn't too deep. But let's just take a second. I want to see what my thoughts are. So let's take a second and just try and become aware, become the observer of your own thoughts. And we'll take about 3, 4 breaths to do this. Okay, so that was about 3 or 4 breaths, right? So as I did that just now, the main thing that I noticed was that I had some insecurities that came up. Nothing major though. They sort of like spoke and then faded away. But what happened that was good is that initially there was nothing. It was completely blank. And that is a perfect state because when you're in that state, that means you're doing what you love, which I am doing what I love. I'm talking to and hopefully helping somebody today. And that's always what I love. So that means that I'm in a good state. And then you're dealing with pure consciousness and you're more of in a flow. And and as you observe the thoughts, you'll notice that the thoughts will begin to become quiet. Now that's a little advanced for people who are just starting out. I would recommend just really taking time to reconnect with your body. That's going to be the most valuable thing that you do when you meditate is really beginning to reconnect with your body, um and really becoming aware of like your feet, aware of your intestines. Like you'll start to go inside of your body. You become aware of your heart, aware of how your lungs feel, aware of how your throat feels, aware of like even the glands under here. You'll come here and then you like, for example, when I meditate on my intestines, right, I'll go into a meditation, and if I'm doing a body scan, I'll meditate on my intestines, and you start to like realize that it's almost like there's people, like every cell is like a whole world, and it's almost like there's people living inside of you and they're calling you their god. So and they're calling you their creator, right? So just as we, look towards a higher being that is our creator, and some of us call that our higher self, and some of your cells call you their higher self. So it's all macro, micro, right? Um, so as you do that, you bring more light and balance to your body because you start to find the pockets within your body that really allow you to experience a sense of joy that is unparalleled. So, so I mean, if you want daily joy, if you want to be naturally high all the time, if you want to be happy, this is a great way to start. If you want to learn the deeper mysteries about yourself, if you want to learn how to heal from emotional trauma, all the answers are unequivocally within you. So I would recommend for beginners, or if you're a little out of practice, start with remember to breathe deep into your diaphragm. Fill up your belly like you're like a pregnant lady. Fill up the belly with air. And then from there, you bring the belly out, right? Like that, like really big. You can bring it back in. You can focus just on the breath. And as you focus on the breath, then from there you can learn to also then at first you'll really be focused on the breath and let your mind be busy with that, and then you'll notice that the breath will sort of ease out and become really natural, and that's totally fine. You don't have to overdo any of this. Like, none of this requires any sort of amount of overthinking. You never have to overthink when you're meditating. It can just be very simple. It doesn't have to be complicated at all. And so another thing that you can do when you're meditating is that from there, when you notice the breath is starting to sort of mellow out and you're getting real calm and relaxed, then you sort of scan the body. And then you can start your feet, you can start where it's tense. Like for me right now, my shoulders are a little tense. So I would go into the certain parts of the body where I can feel that I'm a little tense. So I would start with my shoulders and breathe into them. And as I breathe out, I actually will imagine that the air that I'm breathing out is loosening up the joints in this particular shoulder right here. Because right here is where it's really tight right now. And yeah, like you breathe in to pull the energy out. And then when you breathe out, you sort of could push the energy that's in that shoulder there. Say, because this is just where I'm tight right now. I'll probably actually go into a meditation after this and clear it. But you can sort of breathe out and feel it. Almost feels like you're breathing through your cells. Um, so then that helps to sort of get you to, the next level with meditating. This doesn't have to be super complicated. I think that too many people teach meditation in a way that it's complicated. This is simple, this is easy, anybody can do it. Meditation is not meant to be something that is complicated. Hey, what's up, little bro? Welcome. Um, so meditation, yeah, that's sort of like the point. So now, if you have a issue, if it's really hard for you to sit still and you're one of these people that has like a lot of energy, a walking meditation would be really, really good for you. So in a walking meditation, you can put on headphones. I wouldn't recommend listening to like any modern music. I would recommend listening to jazz or listening to like a 432 hertz tone. Or if you're walking through the woods, I wouldn't put any music on. And what you do is while you're walking, you focus on the rhythm of your body and you focus on just your breath, and that will help you release a lot of energy. Also, meditation burns fat. I bet you guys didn't know that. Because it oxygenates the blood, and it actually oxygenates the cells. So meditate to lose weight. I mean, if you're into that, I don't really care personally. I do my meditation more for spiritual reasons. Um, so what else? I don't know. There's so many good things I could say because I've been able to awaken my psychic abilities. I've been able to be more calm and focused through my meditation. I've been able to feel more joy in my life. I used to be very depressed, and meditating really helped me to get out of a very deep depression. I want to say like 6 or 7 years ago, I was very depressed. And meditating really helped me to get out of a deep depression and just start to feel happy again. Um, so, I mean, this technique has helped me immensely. And I know that everyone's different. So I don't want to make this like super complicated. I want everybody to be able to do this and reap the benefits of it. Also, you can heal yourself with meditation. Hey, what's up? What's up, Ricky? Um, and so I can tell you guys how I healed myself with meditation. I haven't been sick in over a year now, or maybe a year and a half. I haven't gotten sick at all. Even as hey, what's up? How are you? Oh. um, so I haven't gotten sick in a year, and I had noticed, I had a day where I sort of felt some sinusy stuff happening, like right in here. So I went into a meditation, and what I imagined in this area specifically was some gold white light, and I just kept breathing and building the energy, and bringing that energy and that awareness. The awareness is the perfect word for it. The awareness to those cells. So I went like this. As I breathe out, I would really just feel that light building in that area. And as I went into the meditation, I went and I took a nap right after. Maybe like I slept maybe like an hour. When I woke up, there was nothing. No, no there was nothing there. Like it was totally, whatever was going to start coming in was totally gone. So you can use meditation when you start to combine it with visualization techniques to really have a healing effect. No, I'm not a doctor or anything because I have to say that, but I'm just speaking basically on my experience with it. And I have been doing this for like 10 years. So, you know, I know just a little tiny bit of something. And what's more important is not what I know. What's more important is what you get from practicing meditation more and really just reconnecting with yourselves and yourself. So that is my presentation on meditation for beginners, and just some reminders for people who are super, advanced and maybe want to get back to the basics. Look, I'm hot as fuck now. My cheeks are all red. So I'm gonna get up out of here. I love you guys. Mwah. I'm calm today, right? I'm not cussing nobody out. Don't worry. Maybe next video. The next video might be tonight because I got some occult stuff we're gonna be exploring. And the occult stuff is the fun stuff. But we're gonna talk about I'm not even gonna say it because this shit is so exclusive, like nobody's talking about this shit that I'm about to bring to y'all. If anybody needs help with their spiritual work, if you wanna if you wanna heal, if you want to find out more about what your purpose is, if you want to have someone, because I can remote view your subconscious mind, I can I can really go into your chakras and help you realign them and let you know where you're having blockages and things of that nature. Please contact me. You guys can just message me on, Facebook, Instagram. Just message me. And for my YouTubers, you guys can email me or just find me in the links that I'll post with this in the description after I'm done. I love you guys so much, and I just want to see all of us rise together. I want to see all of us really get to just the next level and a new space. And I love you guys infinitely. Peace. All right, I'm getting out of here, but I love you guys. Bye.